everybody, welcome back. So this is our fifth podcast,
yes,
right?
Sir.
Yeah, fifth. Mm-hmm. So welcome back to LagersandLife with Rob and Mendo.
How you guys doing? We actually got a title this time. Holy shit.
Well, we've had a title for a while now as far as they're concerned.
Well, yeah.
But as far as we're concerned,
it is now LagersandLife.
Right. Well, now you've tuned into a very special episode.
Yes, you did.
This one actually, for the first time ever, we have a guest in the basement with us.
Oh, yes.
I'd like to introduce to everybody our good friend Steve.
Hello, how you doing?
Steve is here because we actually have a bit more of a regimented show tonight. We are going to go into a topic that Mendo and I feel very, very passionately about.
Yes, we do.
Some music stuff. And then we're going to go right into a topic that Steve feels very passionate about, which is pretty much the entire reason he's here. And when we're going to talk about some pro wrestling.
Yeah.
What we're going to exactly discuss, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I bet it's going to be good.
It's going to be entertaining.
So
it's going to be good.
Welcome to the show, Steve.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
I appreciate being invited to the show for this special episode. And I'd like to say congratulations on your podcast.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
You know, seems pretty special.
It is. It is. You know, we like it.
Yeah.
And apparently the people listening do too. I guess.
That's what you need.
Exactly.
That's what you need.
Thank you for listening to us, though. Especially on Facebook and SoundCloud and all those.
Yeah, if you're tuning in on SoundCloud, that's awesome.
Didn't we just tell you that you can't listen via Facebook?
You cannot listen via Facebook.
I know.
No, but what you can do via Facebook is actually post comments. If you have any comments whatsoever, we're always welcome to some constructive criticism or praise. Praise is awesome.
Well, praise is awesome.
But we would also love anything you guys want to hear us talk about, any topics, anything like that. Please post onto Facebook or shoot us an email. It's lagersandlife@gmail.com. It is really that simple. Mm-hmm. Shoot us an email. We'll get back to you, or we'll just feature you on an upcoming show.
We would love to do that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Any feedback we get from our fans, though, is epic. So keep them coming, guys. We love to hear from you. Thank you so much. So let's roll into tonight's show. So like we said, what we're going to talk about is a little bit of music and how much it really influences our lives. And so the other day, all right, I was coming up with this. I don't know. I was wandering around work, and I just had this idea in my head, and I was like, a song must have come on or something that really just struck me, and I was like,
something that really resonates with you.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't remember the exact situation, but I remember that I challenged myself is what it came down to define my life, my entire life, because I figured I could do it, although I wasn't sure. I figured I could do it in 10 songs or less, define my entire life within 10 songs, and if you listen to these songs back to back to back, the whole way through, you would get essentially the rock opera that is Rob.
Sounds like a challenge.
Yeah, it was. And I had come up with that idea, and I'd posed it to Mendo to see if he could do the same. And
challenge accepted.
And the challenge was accepted.
I feel like his won't be quite a rock opera.
Yeah, well, it'll be an opera of some sort.
Well, that's true.
And so we came up with these ideas, and then when Steve told us that he would like to, if he could, stop by and give his opinions on some things on the show and everything like that, we said, absolutely, but here's what we're doing this episode, so you need to come up with some stuff.
You have a homework assignment.
Exactly, you have a homework assignment, and the assignment is to come up with 10 songs or less that define your entire life. And as you go through your life, the only stipulation is that the song that you're using to relate to that time has to have existed in that time. So you can't use a song from, let's say, 2015 to define how you were back in 1995. That doesn't fly. So it has to be a song that was available at the time. Now, you can use a song from 1979 to define a song for 1995. That's perfectly fine because that song existed. But if it didn't exist, it doesn't count. That was the only stipulation that we had, and then it had to basically tell your life story.
Well, to be honest with you,
yeah,
I had a pretty short amount of time to compose
I know
a list.
we kind of sprung it on you, and I get that.
So
but,
I have a list,
All right.
but I don't really have it broken down into time.
okay, well, what we're gonna do is Mendo and I are gonna go back and forth on time, and you just kind of spring in, if that's cool.
Yeah.
It's the best I can do.
All right, good.
So are each of us going to do like just all of our top 10s, or is going to do a solid piece, or how you want to do this?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you. I'll start out with my first one, and then you tell me your first one, and we'll see where they land as far as time frames go. So, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Let's do it.
So, my first one really is from the time I was born up until the time I was about 8 or so. And in all honesty, this could be absolutely any song from this artist, because up until that point, I didn't really know much other music other than what my mother had listened to and things like that. But what really resonated with me was this artist. And that artist, as many of you, I'm sure, know, anyone who's been friends with me for 5 minutes knows that is Ozzy Osbourne. And I chose Bark at the Moon because that song, I don't know, it just sticks with me from my childhood, but it could be any Ozzy Osbourne song circa 1980s or early 1990s. It could just as easily be Crazy Train or No More Tears or something like that, but I went with Bark at the Moon. But they all fly, at least at that time point, because up until the point you're 8 years old, you don't really have too much of an identity, I don't think. You know the songs you know, and you love the songs that you love, and that's really it. There's nothing that really resonates emotionally, I don't think. Or maybe it does, I don't know. Because
I guess it really depends on the song.
It hits me in the feels now when I hear it, but,
Right.
Gotcha. Cool.
How about yourself? Where's your first grouping take you to?
Wow, my first song was back in 1982, and I was born in 87. But
okay, so what does the song represent to you?
the song represents to me was just this man's charisma and attitude, and just his ability to entertain an audience.
Oh, not the man personally. Like, what time frame of your life are we talking about?
We're talking going younger than that. We're going actually about 5-6 years old.
5-6 years old. Okay, all right.
And
that's what I was looking for.
Fair enough.
What time does it hit for you?
Yeah,
I don't care when the song was made, as long as it fits within the criteria.
Fair enough. All right. So about 5-6 years old, and I was just idolizing this artist because he just captivated millions upon millions of people, and it was off of the Thriller record "PYT" by Michael Jackson, and it was just. I actually just idolized Jackson from "Don't Stop Till You Get Enough," "The Way You Make Me Feel," and
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Michael Jackson was a hell of an entertainer.
I just pretty much
King
one of my
Pop.
Absolutely.
It was actually one of my first cassettes I actually got was the Thriller. What do you call it, record? But the
Well, yeah.
But
The Thriller album, if you will.
That's the one.
Yes.
So it just pretty
And I
much,
mean that album, that was a game changer album, though.
Oh yeah.
But,
and it just I just grew up on Michael and just loved dancing and all that stuff like that, and acting like a jackass half the time, especially in school dances. But I just pretty much stepped off to Michael Jackson.
there were school dances when you were 6 years old? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Little dances, and doing little Carlton versions and that shit. but just back.
I still think at 6 years old I didn't attend any single dance at all ever. But
Well,
all right.
weddings
I don't
and
think
shit
there
like
was
that.
a Carlton movement by the time he was 6 years old either, though.
I don't know.
96, because Fresh Prince.
You were not 6 years old in 96.
Yeah.
No.
Do the math.
Yeah, 87. Yeah.
Yeah. So
By
Yeah.
rights, probably not.
Nah. I do math when I'm drinking. But yeah.
All right, so that's your first tune.
First
It's a
tune.
great tune. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that. Okay, so that's your first. Steve, do you have what would be your
What you got, brother?
given our reasoning? I know you didn't have much time to prepare.
right. But given that loose time frame,
Right.
I would go with "I'm in a Hurry" by Alabama.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. I can dig it.
It's the first song that I can remember
There you go.
that I actually knew all the words to.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Do you still know
right?
the words?
If the song was playing, I'd probably remember, but off the top of my head,
All right.
no.
Fair enough.
I could
get
probably
that. I
get the
get that.
chorus in one verse without.
right.
Maybe. Yeah, right.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I know that. I know
I was
that.
just wondering.
But I'm sure if it was actually playing, I'd be fine.
Awesome.
Right. Right. I hear you. All right. So the next song on my list came about probably. Well, I mean, the last one took me up to about 8. This one probably took me to about 12. All right. So from that time up till about 12 years of age, maybe 13. Well, let's go 12. And it was Green Day's "Welcome to Paradise."
Beautiful song.
Good song.
Beautiful album. The Dookie album changed my life.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, not as much as some of the other songs on this list, but Dookie really. I don't know. It was a fun time in life. You could just go out, you could have fun, and listening to Dookie just kind of did that. It was one of the first albums I think I'd ever listened to, like front to back. You know what I mean? From start to finish, and I didn't even own it. I rented it from the library.
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So Green Day's Dookie, that whole album, just it still resonates with me. It's a great album, but Welcome to Paradise, I don't know, it sticks out more than any of the others. How about yourself?
For me, I actually chose another artist who my huge female crush. That was Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson's sister. And
You don't say.
You're just doing the whole thing.
You're just going. Is Tito next?
Doing the whole family.
Is Tito next?
Tito.
Yeah, it was just something about her. Just like
Latoya. Is she next?
God, no!
Because she had at least one album. Is she next?
And that butchered up face of hers. Come on, sorry, Latoya, but it was her self-titled album, and it just like resonated because I was like, oh, she's beautiful, she's sexy, she's amazing.
So you thought this when you were like 10 years old? You thought?
Oh, I thought girls.
Sexy, amazing?
I thought girls were the shit back then.
Well, who didn't? But I mean, that's a weird thing. But I think sexy is a weird thing to think at 10 years old.
Because it was a word that was tossed around, like, oh, this is sexy, like, oh yeah, this is sexy too, without even noticing what the word means.
Like, I truly feel like we had very different childhoods, but
we really did.
Yes, I'm gonna go with yes.
This album I actually got from the BMG Music Club, which I'm not sure if you guys remember.
I have no idea what that means.
The BMG Music Club is a mag.
Steve seems to know. Steve seems to recognize.
I remember the BMG Music Club.
Awesome. All right. Pretty much, you get like a whole bunch of albums and hope that they receive payment for like 17 or 10 CDs or whatever, and.
I don't know what he just said.
Right.
But
well, that happens.
Basically,
yeah.
To give you a quick view.
Yeah, please do.
They'd send you a pamphlet.
Okay.
And they had little pictures that are supposed to be the record and like stamps.
Okay.
And then basically they gave you a postage card.
Mm-hmm.
And you took the stickers, stamp things, and you put it in this boxes. And then you'd send them a check, and they were supposed to send you those albums.
Oh, yeah. My family wouldn't have sprung for that, so maybe that's why I never really knew it. But all right,
before downloads and that kind of stuff, and I wore that album down, and I didn't realize that she went very sexual and sensual and that kind of stuff. And I thought my parents would like screen the albums, like, "Now here's your Janet Jackson album." I'm like, what? So.
Steve, how about what do you?
BMG, man.
Yeah,
that was the thing back then.
Yeah, I hate. I mean, so be it. I guess.
Right.
Did you have a song for this kind of time frame, or do you need to postpone a little bit? What's the thing?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
And it's gonna sound kind of weird.
Hey, nothing.
You know, Kenny Loggins' Footloose.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Because basically around that time frame, my mom used to just watch Footloose like all the time.
Okay.
And
all right.
For some reason,
it's an interesting movie to like just be captivated with, but that's cool. I get it. I mean,
see, my mom goes in phases though.
Yeah. Well, who doesn't, right? I mean,
right. I watched Sound of Music like 3,000 times when I was like 5 or 6. You know, but at that time frame, it was like Footloose, and for whatever reason, I was always kind of captivated by Kevin Bacon with the.
Well, who wouldn't be?
With the gymnastics and the dancing. And,
I get you.
You know, he was just a cool fucking guy in that movie.
Yeah,
you know?
I get you. I took gymnastics when I was a kid.
Yeah, so did I.
I get it. Very cool, very cool. So my next song takes me, starts getting to a darker time in my life.
Teen years, yeah, that's darker for everybody.
Yeah, this one was a little darker even than most, but at the same time, I had found this album, and I discovered this band, and it really resonated with me. It was really important to me because, like I said, I was going through a darker time in life. My grandfather had just died. I was not a happy kid, to be true, and I was 12, 13 years old, and for the first time ever in my life, I really heard metal, and I heard Slipknot's Eyeless, and that song just, to this day, sticks with me. That song means something to me. Slipknot is, as much as I love the band, and I love absolutely just about everything they've done. There's not a single song, I think, even on this planet, that resonates with me like Eyeless does. I love that tune. And I think it came about at the right time. It was one of those albums that hit the right time for me to be the right age and in the right place, that it really just stuck with me.
Well, really, what it sounds like is the stars just really aligned.
They really did, and
if that song would have came out a year earlier or a year later, it probably wouldn't have that same effect on you.
Well, it did actually come out a year earlier. I think officially, I think the album came out when I was 12, but I didn't find it till I was 13, and it was a stars aligned thing of when I found the album and the song.
I guess that's what I meant.
Yeah,
I said
right,
kind of
right. If it had come out a year later, it probably wouldn't have mattered to me. I would have found something else to latch onto at the time. But this was it for that time period in my life, and it really, really stuck. Really just drove it home. That whole album really did, but that song in particular, Eyeless. To this day, if you play Eyeless, as much as I rock out to it, I get a little teary, honestly. And that sounds weird if you actually listen to the song Eyeless. But
it's got a different meaning to you.
It does, yeah. So, it does. Mendo, what do you got for about the 12 to 13 range? Or 12, I don't know, where's your next range?
It's going a little bit touch younger, but...
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Let's see, I can remember, I want to say 9 or 10 was the first time I ever picked up a microphone. And there was a block party, if I can remember. And this
that's
song
weird. People still did block parties when you were...
Yeah, but...
that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. My neighborhood never really did that kind of stuff.
Oh, no, never mind.
And I noticed this one machine, and I asked homeowners, I was like, what is that? That's a karaoke machine. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, what's karaoke? It's like, yeah, people are saying stuff. It's like, do you think we can use that? And because I have a song I kind of want to do, kind of want to sing.
He had this deep thought process when he was 10 years old.
Clearly, like every child does.
Clearly, at that point, he was way more advanced than
way more advanced. And then at some point, it just dropped.
Right, at some point, probably around the time puberty hit,
it just dropped.
Fucking
But that was back when Amy Grant's Baby showed up. I'm not sure if you remember the song, but it was.
I don't know that anybody remembers that song, but.
It was
is that what you're saying? The song that's the song you're thinking.
That song gravitated towards me. It was the first time I hold up a mic, and I pretty much kind of belted out as best I can in my little pitch my voice. But it felt right because it was a song that I remembered belting out, and people were thinking this guy's good or something like that, or they were trying to do praise. But
I can't imagine anybody thinking that. But okay,
I love you too, Jack.
I can't even place the song. So
yeah, I have no idea what song you're talking about.
Google it after the show.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have to. But I think at this point,
well, now,
yeah. It was
I think I'm gonna Google it and post it in the fucking comments on Facebook just so people know what the hell you're talking about.
Fine, fair enough. Because, like I said, I go above and beyond and go with different genres and shit.
Oh no qualms there. I have no idea.
Really?
Most of the time when you talk to me about music, I got you. I got it full on. It doesn't matter, mostly what genre or anything like that. But this time,
Amy Grant's Baby.
This specific song, I have no idea what you're just talking about.
It was.
I can't say that I've ever heard it.
It was a song I was playing on the radio, 96.1, the soft rock crap, and it was just I just fell in love with it, and then I just belted out, and then that was when I was like, yep, I feel like singing now, and there we go.
Hey, no, that's good, and that's good on you. It's just it didn't, that's not a song that I know.
Fair enough.
At all.
No.
Steve, what you got, man?
Well, for that time period, I'd have to go with Real American theme song, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
Oh.
You know,
Oh.
even though
Well, that's weird, though, honestly, because at this time period, we're what, 12 or so, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, he was over at that point. He was a heel. He was an NWO heel at that point, and we'll get more into this later on in the evening. But he was Hollywood at that point, was he not? Or just about to turn?
around that time.
He was in WCW for sure.
Right. But the thing is like, before then, Hulk Hogan's theme song was just a cool song.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
But then, once I got to that point of age,
Okay.
even though he wasn't in the WWF anymore,
Right.
I still had, like, all the pay-per-views on tape.
Right.
And I used to watch, like, WrestleMania 5, WrestleMania 6, WrestleMania 7,
Great matches.
8 religiously.
Well, who didn't? I grew up a wrestling fan, so
Right.
and I grew up a WWF fan, or
Right.
WWE if you're so inclined.
Right.
And so that's what I know. Mendo was a WCW fan because he was wrong, and
Shut up.
To be fair,
science states you were wrong. Like
Science?
history states you were wrong, but
I used to watch both. Because I was that guy.
right. No, you know, my cousins were those guys and everything like that. I don't know. I've always been hardcore loyal, and you know,
Hardcore wrong's more like it.
Okay.
really, who won the war? Who won the war?
He's got you by the sack there.
Eric Bischoff's that maybe.
But anyway, just that song, like, as I got older and listened to it more on the old tapes,
Right. It just
the song carried more meaning.
okay.
Like,
yeah, that's fair.
You know,
I get it.
Became kind of like, I want to be like that, the person who stands up for his friends, and
Yeah. Who
person
doesn't?
who wants
Who doesn't want to be the real
Proud to be
American?
American, all
Right.
that good stuff.
you know,
Fight for the rights of every man.
exactly.
Right.
And it just resonated with me as a older,
Okay.
as opposed
Well,
to
I mean, yeah.
younger when it was more of a thing.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. My next one.
Also, I know that nobody else can see this but the people at the table, but
Yeah, you're totally wearing your Hulkamania
totally
t-shirt.
wearing my Hulkamania
Well, I
t-shirt.
imagined that was because you knew we were going to be talking about wrestling tonight, and that's,
Well, yeah, but it's a little bonus that I had to capture,
And it's
Right.
honestly your
Real
theme song's in
American.
my head right now.
you know?
yeah. So my next song,
Round 4.
yeah, it brings me up into from the last song brings me up to the age of about gotta be 15, 16 or so. This song came out when I know for fact that this song came out when I was 15. I think.
Okay.
And I say I know for a fact, and then I think, but
At least it's not a fun fact.
right, no, not a fun fact. But no, it came out. I'm fairly certain that it came out when I was 15. It was off of Slipknot's next album, Iowa, and it was the song "Disaster Piece." And I remember this album wholeheartly. It was the second album from Slipknot, the second studio album, we'll say, from Slipknot. And it just hit. You know, I hit 15. My life was changing a bit more. You know, I wasn't as angry. I was a bit more angsty because that's teenage years. That's what you do.
Right.
And you know, I remember I had a friend who lived like 2 blocks over from me at this time. He was a year older than me, but we hung out all the time. And I would, that summer, I'd wake up, you know, 10, 11 o'clock, whatever, and start walking down the street, walking around the block, and get over, you know, probably maybe a half a block away from his house or a block away from his house. And I would hear like this album blaring, and I'd be like, all right, cool, he's up. It's time to go. Like, let's just go rock and roll. And that's how we spent the entire summer, was I'd just get halfway to there, or, you know, 3/4 of the way there, I'd hear it going, and I'd go, all right, the day has really begun. And we'd start going. That was it. That was, you know, and Disaster Piece really brings me back to that time. You know, a bit more angsty, a bit more F everybody, fuck them all, and that was just it. I don't know. Again, Slipknot hit it and made sense to me. That's
Hey, it works, man.
it did. How about you, sir?
This will take me to roughly about middle school. So once again, probably a little bit.
And our lists are just a little off of each other. That's fine.
1973's Stevie Wonder's Superstition. Love Stevie to death, but it was a line in there. It's like, when you believe in things that you don't understand and you suffer, then superstition leads the way. It was a time where you pretty much believe in pretty much a lot of bullshit. From the Tooth Fairy to the Easter Bunny and all that bullshit, and even before that. But it just kind of resonated because I love Stevie Wonder, and just, it was just one of those artists that kind of clicked to me, and Superstition was one of the songs I liked.
All right.
Well, quick and simple and painless.
Is what it is, I suppose. Right. Yeah. How about you?
Well, taking me to about, we're at like 16.
In the teen years. So, I mean, wherever your list hits you roughly. But yeah.
Well,
anywhere from apparently 13 to 16, roughly.
Well, I'm going to go with God Bless the USA.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
You were a patriotic little motherfucker, weren't you?
No, not particularly. But honestly, that was around 9/11. And that song made a resurgence.
I hear you there. Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
And, it got me.
That was frightening fucking times, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But, that song got me.
And, I hear you. For sure.
I think we're in the same.
It kind of helped me think that, you know what, we're still going to get through this.
Awesome.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. So my next song brings me to 1617. Slipknot's next album. I know. My list is oddly Slipknot heavy. I actually didn't expect it to be this Slipknot heavy until I started making the list. I actually expected more Ozzy Osbourne heavy or something like that, and I started making the list and went, wow, you know what? Slipknot's really been there my entire life.
Right.
And honestly, I think it's because they just hit the right moments of my life, and that's just what it became. Slipknot's next album, and I was 16, 17, starting to grow up a bit more. I was dating more, things like that.
Yeah.
Dating a lot more. And it was a song Before I Forget. Is the one that kind of just sticks with me around that time.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I don't want to go too deep into more of an explanation on that. We'll
stick
with where it is.
Not a problem.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Since we're going there, in between about middle school and high school is this next track, and it's a little bit.
His list is much further back than mine, honestly, because I'm already almost 18 on my list. But that's that's fair. You remember music when you remember music. That's how it is.
Each list has their own.
Exactly. Mine is a classical piece. I know it's shocking. Moonlight Sonata, Beethoven. It's pretty much a dark.
I love the tune. I can't see Moonlight Sonata as a dark tune though. It's
some people might see it that way, but
I don't honestly. I think it's a brilliant tune. That it's almost it's almost a rebirth kind of tune to me. But I mean, it is everybody. Everybody feels it. Listens and hears things and feels things differently. So
it's just pretty much brought me to a time where at that point I was going to like a funeral every 3 or 4 months, just like, and Uncle passed away, Nan passed away, grandma passed away, someone passed away, and it just got me to this dark place in my life where it's just like, you know what, why is life worth living? And then
I wish I would have known you around that. I would have handed you a Slipknot album, apparently.
Clearly. It was pretty much at that point, and I went to a CYO convention for those who don't know, it's Catholic Youth Organization, and it was just this big thing that happens every February, and every church and every CYO church from here to Pennsylvania practically goes to this center. And then this was when, before Passion of the Christ, they had this one play, and it was just so moving. There was not a dry eye in the house, and Passion of the Christ, the whole story and all that stuff, and it just got me thinking of all those people that passed away. And then I go up to the hotel room with my buddy and whatnot, because we had to be two in a room. And I remember looking outside the window about 38 stories up, and I was honestly thinking about jumping off. And a buddy of mine who was there at the time was just like, no, we're not. I want you to listen to this thing. And then it wasn't Moonlight Sonata, it was Last Resort by Papa Roach. So and I didn't know. I wasn't a huge fan.
Oh, you're considering jumping off a fucking building. No offense to your story, and your friend plays you.
Yeah.
Last Resort by Papa Roach to try to bring you in.
Yeah. This is I'm like,
that song is so depressing and so go kill yourself.
Exactly.
Like, that's the worst song for him to have picked.
Exactly. I'm like,
it's like, here, listen to this Stained album and not want to kill yourself.
Do it now.
Again, no offense. I'm sure it was a dark time in your life, but
it was his good intentions. But I'm like, back in my mind, I'm thinking, dude, this song is more depressing. 38 stories down, a lot
sounds pretty good after that song.
And then after that, and thank God for me not jumping off, because it was after that. First of all, not meeting these crazy motherfuckers, but I started listening to music every night before I go to sleep, and I still do it to this day. Whether it's the pop music, rap music, metal, classical, whatever, or even just the sounds of the beach and that kind of crap. I always do it, and it always helps me out. So, but Moonlight Sonata kind of brings me to a point, a cold era to my life, but at the same time, kind of like you said, kind of a rebirth, if you will. Just say like, hey, it'll get better one day. You'll be all right. You're a good kid. So, hate to bring this whole mood down.
So from fucking Last Resort to Moonlight Sonata, there's Mendo's childhood. Psychiatrists, comment as you please.
Trust me, I'll buy your house in Cancun, bitches.
What do you got?
Well, actually, my list directly...
Tell me it's Papa Roach's Last Resort.
No, it is not.
I will give you $5 right now if it is. I swear to God, you can change it right now.
No. My list actually directly coincides with yours, Rob.
Okay.
And it's Slipknot, Before I Forget.
Ah, that's a good tune. It's a great tune.
It is.
Any reason for that, or just...
Actually, at that point in time, it was basically me changing my life.
I hear you.
I was
there.
Well, yeah. We had only been friends for like 6
months to a year.
6 months to a year at that point, yeah. And Slipknot and Before I Forget was really the beginning, I'd say.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Of me changing from a person that I really wasn't, but I was pretending to be.
You hated that guy. I hated that guy.
The person that...
Like, I love you, but I hated that guy.
Right, but somehow you became friends with that guy.
Because I saw the you under that guy.
Right.
That was really what it was, Yeah, that guy was a dick. Not saying that fucking 16-year-old me wasn't a dick, because he was for sure.
Right.
Wow, you don't really sugarcoat shit.
No, I was a douchebag, dude.
Apparently you can test that. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, so can you. Come on now.
Well,
then there was
the first time I ever met Mendo, I basically called him an asshole. So,
art science class, which is when
right. So we're talking like 2 years before we're even like discussing right now. I met Mendo in a class, and I essentially told him, "Yeah, fuck you." And
then went from fuck you to like, you're my best bro.
Yeah, well, but that took a lot of years.
God damn, did it ever?
Well, you don't want to hear about the first time I met Rob, then.
Well, another podcast, another time.
Yeah. All right, so we're on to my next tune, and
Number
this
6.
This one puts me personally to about 18, 19 years old. It's a band that I'm sure actually a lot of people aren't overly familiar with. It's a band called Il Nino, and it's their song "This Is War," and for no other and don't delve too far into this one. It's not This Is War because it was a tumultuous time in my life and I was just angry at everything and trying to fight back. No, it was because I loved El Nino before this album came out. And this album came out and I basically listened to it nonstop, and I listened to this song nonstop with the girlfriend I had at the time, basically. And that's why this song really just takes me back to that point. The point to just before I moved away from Buffalo and I moved to Florida for a bit. And I was, like I said, 18, 19 years old. This song really just takes me back to that time. So that's why it is this song. It's for no other reason than I was listening to it a lot then, and it means something to me. It can still carry me back there. What do you got, Mendo?
I'm slowly catching up to your age level, but this is like during.
Right. Oh, he's got lots of years gaps to like make up to get to his age now.
It's gonna take some time.
Well, to be fair, my next one is actually now fallen off of yours because of your little gap you had.
Okay.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
This was pretty much during the high school years, and pretty much majority of them. It was Frank Sinatra's "Three Coins in the Fountain."
Okay, all right.
And,
I know the tune. It's not a bad tune.
It's pretty much just.
I say not a bad tune, but Frank Sinatra's a goddamn like vocal god. It's a great tune, but
yeah, one of my idols.
Carry on.
And it was pretty much about three particular people throwing coins at the fountain. Which one will the fountain bless? And it was, during a time where everyone was getting some and either getting their first relationships or first time they had sex. And
wait, what age group are we looking at now?
High school, bro. High school. Come
all right.
Really? Middle school? You really thought you sick man?
What? I don't know. What do I know?
Okay.
What's wrong with middle school?
Touche. Okay, some people have. Some people have. I'm sorry.
I wasn't there in middle school. I wasn't at that level yet, but
a little bit of thumper action. But
I learned pretty quick once I hit high school.
You learn from the master.
To be fair,
but yeah, it was everyone was
there. But
yeah, it was pretty much a song where everyone was getting.
Wait a second. Are you trying to say that you're the master?
No. Learning from the master.
I think he said you were the master.
Yes, learning from you, bro.
Oh.
Which also wasn't a thing.
No.
No.
I didn't even.
No.
We didn't even encounter each other till.
Yeah, no.
Sophomore. No, it was freshman year, but we didn't think anything of each other until then.
Yeah. But yeah, mainly Three Coins in the Fountain. Frank Sinatra was pretty much. Well, everyone was getting some, except for this asshole. So
honestly, I think that's a weird way to interpret that song. But if that's what it means to you, man, that's what it means to you.
It's just like you're wishing on something. You're trying to figure out who you are, and then all that good shit and self-esteem, whatever. But
how do you watch the movie Aladdin? Like, how does that relate to your life?
From the point of Jafar, because he's never got some, man. Come on. I'm a weird individual, but you gotta love me. Get to know me. I'm amazing. What you got for me, Steve?
Sure you are. All right. Where are you now?
How do you follow that? I don't know, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, do it.
What did you love?
Do it.
I would go towards the end of high school here.
Okay, so like 17, 18. Yeah, is that what we're talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
Well, for me, it's a little bit different.
Okay.
So
fair enough.
It'd be like 18, almost 19 actually.
All right.
But "Swing Life Away" by Rise Against.
Love it.
Because
great tune.
At that point, it was basically our anthem as a group.
See, I don't know that. I don't know that that's true.
Every time we got together to do anything, we would sing that song.
Yes.
See, I thought that was later on in life than.
No,
I'm
it
agreeing with
started
Steve on this.
there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And then it just kind of continued.
Because I remember covering it constantly solo on acoustic when I was like 22.
Right. But it all started there, because remember Shanzi would always play the acoustic at all the campfires, and we'd all sing that song.
That's fair.
Got a point,
All right. No, I'm not. I mean, I was drunk through a lot of that time, so I don't remember a whole lot of it. So, I legit don't remember a whole lot. Like, I was dangerous drunk at that point in my life. Like, somebody helped me drunk, and
Are you pissing my garbage can? Fuck you.
that wasn't me, but
All right. Track 7.
yeah. No, on to my next one. This one puts me in my college years. 19 till 21 or so. And it was a time in life that, well, yes, I was drinking a lot, but I don't know, I started really getting angry again a little bit about certain things in my life that never made sense, overall. And so, and I was listening to this band, Rage Against the Machine, a lot. I was listening to Rage Against the Machine a lot, and this song just resonated more than any other song. And it's Rage Against the Machine's "Born of a Broken Man," and this song just hits home to this day. If I hear it, it kind of hits home, and that's without delving too deep into it. That's my early 20s, we'll say.
Cool. Mine's gonna be a little bit more lighter because sometimes I like a way a little bit darker, a little bit more poppier. But this one was actually probably my anthem, and it's Heather Small's "Proud," and it's a song. It's a pop song.
I think you're going to have to add that to the Facebook.
Yeah, I think I might, because I don't recognize this one at all. But
this song was kind of used at like NBC's the Greatest Loser, Best Loser, whatever that weight loss show is. But
Biggest Loser?
Biggest Loser, that's right. Because, yeah. But this was one of those anthems that resonated within me because I was slowly getting uncomfortable with my skin and like realized that, yeah, you're not hetero anymore. You're like guys. And then this song came on, and then I watched a couple episodes of Queer as Folk, and then this song appeared on. I was like, okay, I kind of like it. And then eventually I got comfortable in my own skin, and just eventually realized that, hey, I'm gay and I'm proud of it. So this song will stay with me for a long, long time. So proud.
Hey, no qualms there. I mean, it's a song I'm not familiar with.
Yeah,
give it a listen after the show. It's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you? You got something for this?
Yeah. This is going to take kind of a big jump and put me into like 22
Okay. Yeah.
ish. And it's going to be odd, but
Hey,
it's
is what it is.
God of Thunder by Kiss.
That's weird, but okay.
Like I said, it's going to be weird. But
Rock and roll.
Oh, we gotta have that now. Come on.
the thing is with that is, like, obviously I've heard Kiss before.
Yeah. Right.
And, but it's Detroit Rock City. It's,
Right.
the anthems.
Right.
Yeah.
And
wanna rock and roll all night. Yeah, I follow.
when I heard this song, I'm like, who is that? And then I looked it up, and it's like, it's Kiss, and it's like, wow, they can produce a song that's not like a cheesy anthem. And it changed my entire outlook on Kiss.
Fair enough.
Devil horns in the air, people. All right. We're on to track 8.
Yeah, I'm up to surprise, surprise, I'm up to the next Slipknot album.
Shocker.
You don't say.
I am. And this one kind of resonates a bit deeper with me. And this one is Slipknot's Dead Memories. Just the relationship I was in at the time and things like that. And this song really just hit home with that one a little bit. I don't want to go too much further into that.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. This song was
Carry on my wayward son.
There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Don't lie to us. You were singing with us.
Sorry.
We can hear you.
I'm sorry. He said carry on.
You had to do it. You had to do it, baby. All right. College, high school years, and all that good stuff. Skindred's Pressure. It was just pretty much a song that just gets me in the mood every time that I was in a band. It just hyped me up, and every time I was in a band, whether it was with you guys or someone else, and it just got me reminding me of all those times we were in bands, and just like when people say like, "Hey, turn the music down," nope, I'm just gonna turn it up and just make you love me. So Skindred's Pressure is pretty much what it is, and I love it. So if we get a chance, listen to them.
All right. Steve, what do you got?
It's a good song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this is where I'm kind of having the Rob effect. This is the start of my Stone Sour
Okay.
collection.
All right.
And gonna go with Inhale.
Inhale. I love that song.
Oh, it's a fantastic
Truly
song.
love that song. But apparently I just happen to love everything
Else more.
by Slipknot or Slipknot members. So that's...
Right. But really, this takes me to like 25, 26. And
Okay. That's a pretty deep jump, but all right.
yeah,
That's fair. I mean, mine doesn't get me much different, so that's
Right.
I get it.
But basically, the beginning is, come one, come all, and see a broken man.
Yeah.
And around that time is when I was basically a broken man.
Yeah. Okay,
know?
dude. I know that feeling. Because it'll roll into my next one, honestly, a little bit, if you don't mind me stealing all the thunder.
No, go ahead.
This next one for me, I was doing really good with this list. I was doing really good putting together this list. And then I hit this age. And I was drawing blanks. Just couldn't come up with it. And I had to think really, really hard about it. And it's weird that I would have to think that hard about what music related to my life at what time. And, the reason was, honestly, I didn't feel myself at this time in life. I was lost. I was stifled a bit. My personality, my character, my being was just... I don't have a better word than stifled. Just shoved down. I didn't know who I was or why I was who I was. That kind of thing. It takes me. This is from the age of 23, 24 up till 25, 26, somewhere in there. That range. And so the best song that I had to relate to that feeling was Rise Against's Black Masks and Gasoline.
It's a good song.
Yeah. And that was the only song I could even think of. And I to this day, I still can't think of a better song. And I don't even think that this is a good song for that time period. It's the only thing I could think of because I was just so, I don't know, I felt so claustrophobic in that age that it didn't.
Basically in your own skin from the sounds of it.
Yeah. I wasn't me.
Yeah.
Mendo, what do you got? Where are you at on song number 9?
Number 9, yeah. Surprisingly, the last two are going to be quite recently. Headstone's 3 Angels. And
Absolutely love that song.
And the song actually kind of hit me when my grandma passed away New Year's Day of this year. And
Condolences.
Thank you. And then also probably about 90 days later, my next door neighbor, who's pretty much been a second father to me, who was big old Italian, he would go up to the door and say, "Hey, Mr. Miranda, how you doing? Hey, Brian, how you doing?" Big old slap to the back of my head, and I would just wear that badge of honor for pretty much about a week. And he passed away. It was just amazing. And then after that, no, he didn't pass. It was amazing, but it was amazing to hear the song.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You didn't know what I'm
probably
going
wasn't
at.
amazing. Okay. I follow you. No, I follow you.
Yeah, I heard this song, and it just made me realize that I'm not afraid of death anymore. Before that, I was.
That's a weird thing to not be afraid of, honestly. But
I know people were.
Yeah, if you're at that point, though.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely.
When you take people that you love, eventually you just gotta realize, that point where you think about jumping off of a hotel building at one point, you're just like, you know what? I have a good life. I have awesome friends, great family. Life is worth living, and if I happen to die one day, I want to make sure I'll be okay, and I think I am, because I have loved ones and all that good stuff. So, 3 of those headstones. So
good on you.
Thank you.
What do you got for your 9th song? 9th song, we're coming into the stretch.
Oh, coming into the stretch, yeah. With this one, it was a toss-up for the last two of where I really placed them.
Okay,
Honestly.
all right.
because both of them have kind of different meanings, but yet can have the same meaning, really.
I gotcha. Okay.
So I decided to go.
So which one did you put here?
Right here, I decided to put Stone Sour's Bother.
Beautiful song.
Beautiful song, absolutely.
You know, kind of, to me, symbolizes the start of me coming out of that broken phase and accepting.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I get it. So I guess we're on to my last song, my final song, the song that brings me to now, right this moment, right here, right now. And I don't think it'll surprise anybody. If you haven't heard the song, turn it on. I'll put it in the comments because it's that great of a song. And it is been this way for years by the Headstones. And
It's a fantastic song.
it's an amazing song. And it's just it's all about rock and roll, basically, and you know, fuck you. This has just been me. I know who I am now. I know who I've always been. Like it or don't, I don't give a shit anymore. That's this song to me. You know, love it or leave it. Here I am. Boom.
There you go.
What do you got, my friend?
My final track of the day. Leela James's Fall For You. For people who don't know the song, it's a slower song, but it has a deep meaning for me in my situation in that I've finally found someone that I love and care for when everyone else is either getting married or just loving life with them. I celebrated my 1-year relationship with Michael in July, and it was absolutely fantastic, and I'm surprised I lasted this long with him. Not saying it's a bad thing, but couldn't never been happier than finding him, and surprisingly on a dating website, OkCupid, which is a lot of people give a lot of dating websites crap, but this one was surprisingly good. And every time I hear this, I kind of have a not really a flashback, but daydream of my future wedding day with him, and hopefully having this be my wedding song with him when we're just slow dancing in 2 tuxedos looking 2 completely awesomely badass. So
That's good.
So Michael, if you are listening, I'm hoping, can we make this song ours? Hopefully. Leela James's Fall For You. So it's an amazing song. I love it. I've never been happier. And Michael, if you're listening to this, I love you.
Oh.
So yeah.
Hey, no, good on you.
I'm a sucker
That's
for
good.
love, but it took me a long time to get here. So
No, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being a single for almost like 28 goddamn years.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick before I get into my last song.
Yeah.
It was mentioned on the first podcast by you.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to say congratulations. I've never seen you more happy.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, into the last song.
Yeah.
Stone Sour Through Glass.
Beautiful song.
And I'm looking at you through the glass. I don't know how much time has passed. I love it. It's a
Right.
great song.
To me, I've gotten through it, and I'm looking at everything that happened through the glass as in the past.
Okay.
And that's where I feel like I'm at now. Like, I'm over all the bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm me, and
Right.
that's who I'm going to be.
That's how I feel about my last song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know.
That's
Same meanings, just different songs.
yeah. Right.
Same meanings, just different songs.
Right. And so that concludes our musical part of the evening. Ran a little longer than we expected it to, but you know what? I think we had a good conversation.
Oh, yeah.
We had a top 30 countdown.
Yeah, I was happy with it. So let's roll ourselves into some pro wrestling talk.